Hi everyone, welcome to the Book Over, a little book club where we talk about books, especially ones that give us book hangovers. I'm Sarah, and with me is Megan and Bree.
Hi.
And today we're starting off our pool party. Yay!
Yeah.
Right. I thought pool party would be fun because it's summertime, and I'm always craving a summer read.
Mm-hmm.
You know,
Me
like,
too.
I don't know. I'm seasonal. I'm a seasonal reader. Depending on like what sport's happening, I'm reading that. If it's summer, I want to read something summery.
Yeah.
Same.
Winter.
Winter
I've
time.
read a lot of summer books this summer. And like I usually am not like big on summer books, but I think The Summer I Turned Pretty is kind of convincing me to be a summer girl.
Love that. Yes, love The Summer I Turned Pretty. So good.
I have not read it. I have not watched it.
You need to do both.
Yes, I was about to say the same thing. Both is required.
Okay, I'll do it. So summertime, pool party, and then we all realized, what do we see a lot in our summer books? Pool scenes. So we thought it'd be fun to talk about the scenes that we love that we see with a pool. Yeah, sorry. Okay, so I don't know. I feel like one of my major, I don't know if it's a major, but one that I was thinking of the most, it might be Bree's, because Bree is also Mountie girl. So, you know, she likes Jay Bree and Hannaford Prep. So I don't know if mine yours.
I use a different pool scene. I use the one with Blaze and To the End. Like it's a pool adjacent scene. It kind of happens after the pool, but
okay.
So that was on my runners up list, was the Harley scene as well.
Well, then it's Snowball.
That's up there.
Yeah. So, okay, there's a scene with Harley and Lips, if you don't know the book, and there's a very good makeout scene in the pool after hours. But then I started thinking of just anytime Harley was in the pool, because that would have been really nice to see.
Yeah. That would have been really nice to see in his little speedo.
Oh yeah. Well, he's a swimmer. Harley is a swimmer, so
yeah.
Body would be insane.
Right, a swimmer's body.
Yeah.
Oh man.
They should make Harley a lifeguard.
They really should. Like I could see him like
he totally could.
Yeah.
Lips doesn't know how to swim. Like they could have like a little scene about it. It might be traumatic, but I bet it would be enjoyable for us.
Yeah. Well, because isn't he training to like
be a doctor?
Yeah.
So that's like a perfect intro into it. That could be like his, when he's not helping to like, you know, the wolf kill people, he could be
when he's not trying to like deal with gang duties, he can just go be a lifeguard for a little bit.
Summer job, college summer job. Just get it back to life. Give us a call, Jay Bree. We've got ideas.
Got lots of them, but we'll leave it at that.
Yes, a lot. Okay. I could go down my list. I'm gonna give you guys a chance. Go down my list. Has anyone read Kings of Linwood Prep?
Oh my gosh, that's on my list.
Oh,
I think I read it.
It's fine. You do it.
You do it, Megan. You do it.
We'll both talk about it. But that, for some reason, that is the first book that popped into my mind when you said pool party. I think of that scene where, and I think, gosh, they push girls in the pool a lot, and that's how she gets pushed in the pool. But there's also some other fun pool scenes in there as well.
I was thinking of the fun
one, but
because that was a running thing with her. One of the guys. So this is like an RH, and one of the guys would ask her, like, there was the first scene where she's like in the pool with like the guys, and she ends up like kissing each one, and there's like a little bit of make out with like each one, and she's like, oh, like this is like when you like they go, oh, maybe I can do this, and then like the first guy she's with, then eventually like when she has like a date with one of them, he'll be like, did you go swimming? And that was like their like keyword of like, you know, how the other relationships were going. So that was a big one for me. Yeah.
But it is funny that so many of them like will have a guy get like it's when it's like a little enemies to lovers, because that's like a kind of an enemies to lovers. And so is like the lost daughter of a serial killer in Stolen Crush. Chasm pushes Dakota in the pool, and that's brought up a lot. So I just feel like I started thinking about it. I'm like, wait a minute, didn't somebody get pushed in the pool in Royals of Malibu, I think? And I think in that also Paper Princess where it came from. I just feel like in a lot of like the teen book, well, they're not young adult books, but they're in high school or college. I feel like a lot of them like push their crush into the pool.
And the crush typically can't swim most of the time.
Oh my gosh, that happened in Evergreen. Evergreen Prep as well, where she couldn't swim and got, pushed into the pool. So
well, I feel like it's also like the bully books when like not all the time the guy's doing it, but so
Yeah,
like there's a lot in the high school where they get pushed in the pool. Like think of Burberry.
Yeah, Burberry when Marnie gets pushed in and Windsor saves her.
Yeah.
Winnie.
So I don't know, because Bree also really likes Burberry. I know that. I have another Burberry scene, but it's not pool, it's jacuzzi.
That was on my list. That
okay.
was
I'll let you have that one.
I prefaced mine by saying favorite pool or pool adjacent scenes. I couldn't think of any like right off the top of my head, and I was like, that hot tub scene, like I have to talk about it. That's when, very weird, I know, but like that's when Creed became a front runner for me. Like he would have been my choice if Marnie would have only had to pick one boy. Sorry, Windsor, but like Creed wins for me. But it was so like unblue blood of him, that whole thing, like, because he's more inexperienced than the other guys. So I just thought it was really cute and really sweet and really unexpected. But yeah, that was on my list.
I think it gets to the heart of Creed, like what his interior, because he puts out such a tough exterior. I think that's the real Creed in that hot tub.
And that's when he apologizes. Like he has like a little apologetic outburst, and I thought it was really sweet. I mean, because at the end of the day, he's just like a boy who is really sweet on the inside, really soft, and he loves his sister. Like, what's wrong with that?
Right?
Yeah.
Oh. That's a good one. You did good explaining that one. Yeah. I was just thinking that it was like a steamy scene.
Oh,
I didn't say something.
I mean, there was that too, but like I mean, it had a lot. Like it was not just like a quick little simple pool. Like I feel like it revealed a lot about the storyline and about his like, how he was impacted by like what they did to her.
Yeah.
So it was on my list. And then and then I had the pool house scene in the pool boy as well. Also pool adjacent, but
right. I was thinking, and we'll talk about that one later, because I was like, I'm not sure there's actual pool scene. Yeah, so it's all adjacent. Yeah.
Missed opportunity.
Pool adjacent scenes over here.
yeah. But that's a really good one. The pool house one is good.
It happened like pretty quickly in the book. So like I was like, because sometimes like, age gap can go either way for me. Like sometimes it takes me a little bit to get into it, but that one I was like, wow, you guys kind of really threw this in there pretty quick. So I'm like, we can keep reading for sure.
Yeah, no, I was surprised. I wasn't sure about that one, but
I did a little squeal. I was like, oh my God, I wasn't expecting that to happen now. But
it was good.
Okay.
So tune in later when we talk about the pool boy. I had one, I'm trying to think of for Burberry, and I don't remember what book it's in, but it's when it's like she's at the party and she takes all the cars.
Oh my God. How did I not think it's in Bad Bad Blue?
It's in book 2.
Okay.
How did I not think of that one? Oh my!
I did think of it, and I forgot it when I wrote my list.
I love that she did that, and it's such like I can't believe you did that, and it's obviously because I was leaning more like when I was thinking of scenes, more the steamy pool scenes. But I feel like that was such a good scene.
Oh yeah, driving cars into a pool, like
expensive cars, like
that's revenge.
Millions of dollars of cars in the pool.
Yeah.
Oh my God, I love that. Was like such a bad bitch move.
Like what's gonna piss off like blue-blooded yuppie boys more than like messing with their toys? Like, because there's not a lot that you can do to piss them off. That'll piss them off.
And I don't even think that they were actually that mad. I think they were low-key impressed that she pulled it off.
Yeah.
I think her guys were for sure. Yeah.
Wow.
Good. Yeah. Oh, forgot about that one. That one was good. I reread that book when I'm like feeling a little sad, just because it's like, her revenge arc it cheers me up.
That's a great comfort reread if you've read it before, like 2 through 4 comfort reread.
Yeah, I don't usually start with book 1 unless I'm like really down bad, but I usually start with Bad Bad Blue Bloods.
Yeah, it's a good one. I like that series. Megan, can you help me out on one I was thinking of? Frankie.
Oh, that's mine.
Oh, okay.
We can do it now, but I think by the time we get to me, all mine are going to be gone.
No, do it.
Should I do it now?
Yeah.
So Ian and Frankie, is that the one?
Yes.
Okay. So Anne and Frankie in book 1 in Rules and Roses of Untouchables by Heather Long. Anne and Frankie have this scene where they're swimming in the pool, and Anne really likes Frankie, and they're still kind of in this friendship, this little friendship kind of stuck in this friendship thing they can't break out of. And he asks her over, and this is his way of asking her on a date, like to be tutored. And so he wants to talk about his music, get tutored in math. But they go for a swim, and they start just like flirting in this like friendship way. And he's just so smooth about it, the way he goes in and he kisses her. And I think it's the first kiss she has with any of the guys. I could be wrong, but I think it's the first one.
I think you're right, but I don't remember.
But it was very
kisses, and there's a lot of
there is. It was very just the way they had the connection in the pool. It was just my favorite. It's probably my favorite scene with her and Ian in the whole series. And then throughout, the pool is special to Ian and Frankie because of that. But there is a hot tub scene with the guys in Rules and Roses as well. So just wanted to put that out there. There's a lot of good. Over 12 books, I think literally anywhere you can think, there's a steamy scene.
If you need a name somewhere, there is somewhere.
Yeah, exactly.
Well, and I've been liking the pool scenes that like really like that's usually like where a party's happening or something's happening, and it makes it where like feelings are realized or shown a little bit more when like somebody's jealous.
A lot of serious stuff happens in the pool, more so like more than just the steamy scenes. Like that's where like I don't know, water is just where people seem to confess their true feelings,
right? Yeah, there was one I was thinking of where it's called Over the Fence, but it's where they meet too. Like so, like it was like a pool party and they met at it, but she totally blew him off, and then he had to like work for it, which I really liked.
Yeah, I like when they make him work for it.
Yeah. Yeah,
it seems like every party in these books has a pool. Whether or not they're in the pool, but there's a pool at these parties.
I mean,
they go to some
they're
fun
usually
parties.
rich kids in these books. Like someone in there is a rich kid, and the rich kids always have pools. So
True that.
I don't want to steal anybody else's, but Broken Bonds. Is it Broken Bonds?
That wasn't on my list, but that wasn't
on my
right.
list either.
They had a pool party. Yeah,
and the girls got drunk. It was fun. It was just fun. I think that's when like some jealousy started up with some of the guys too.
Yeah. That was a good scene, especially for that book, because you're right. That's where the jealousy came into play and seeing that dynamic.
Yeah, I love it. Do you guys have any other ones? I have more. So.
Well, I was gonna say that there's a fun hot tub scene in the Lord series around Christmas time.
How did I forget that one? I was
that scene. She didn't say it. I was surprised. I was waiting for it.
Okay, so I texted Megan a few days ago that I had a bunch of scenes in my head and I was gonna go write them down, and my children interrupted me and just went poof. And I was like, maybe it will show back up. And it never did. So maybe it was that.
Maybe it was on that list.
So many. I was so bummed. I literally had my phone in my hand to like type it out, and they did something and it just
I don't know, you love it too, but that was a really fun scene when they do Christmas just them instead of throwing their big party that they always throw, and they do it just them, and then they're in the hot tub and they get to some, like, we'll call it reindeer games. some fun Christmas games in the hot tub. If you know what I'm saying, with all three of the Lords. So
that was such a good one.
Yeah.
I always think of the candy cane game. Not always, okay, guys, but like I think of that when you think of the Christmas, the rolling Christmas. I think of the candy cane. I just find it hilarious how she was able to like identify everybody and everything.
She knows whose is whose.
Yeah.
If you know what we're saying. I'm winking for our audio listeners. I'm winking.
She's
making winks.
Oh my goodness, Megan. Okay. I had a couple more, and it was actually teaching to swim scenes or get comfortable with the water scenes that I really liked as well. The Royal Elite by Rena Kent. She's afraid of the water, and there's it took me forever to remember where the book. I could visualize, you guys, the scene. I could visualize them, indoor pool, dark. Like, and I'm like, why am I forgetting who the characters are? And it, like, all of a sudden, like, that clicked. And so, yes, that one. And then there's one by Max Monroe. It's like the summer what was it? It's the Jerk Duet. And it's like two, and he's a surfer. And she doesn't know how to swim, and he teaches her.
Aww.
I like those too. Like the little teaching moments. Like those are always like really sweet and cute. Like even if they're still hating each other when it happens.
Right. Yeah. But then there's that trust level you're getting in there, right? Because you're uncomfortable with the water. You don't know how to float. You don't know what you're doing. And so you're trusting this person.
Yeah.
You're putting your life in their hands, especially in Royal Elite. That was a big deal for those characters, especially because Elsa was her name. Elsa had like a drowning incident too. So, got pushed in by somebody. So I think that, required a lot of trust. I remember that as soon as you said that scene came to my brain of him teaching her. I think it was like, over the course of some time. Oh, I really liked that. I liked those characters.
Yeah, Aiden. Yeah.
And they had a lot of parties in that book. That trilogy.
They typically do. Like they just I've never been to that many parties in my life, and I've read so many party scenes. So.
I want to know if this is actually the life of like rich. And
I think about that all the time. I'm like, is this just like exaggerated, or is this how like some kids really genuinely grew up?
And
I mean, I know
a news story, like now then you see something, you're like, wait, this actually might be how the other half lives.
I think some of it is how the other half lives, because like summers I would spend at my grandma's house. And when I got a little older, no one had a pool because there's a pool in the community, but like they definitely threw parties at like beach houses and stuff. So I can only imagine people like a step above them, and then a step above them, and a step above them.
I mean, when you've done everything over the summer, like what are you going to do other than like they've probably been to Europe, and like they've been to Australia, and they've done all the other like traveling things by the time they get in like high school and college. So it's probably like, what else is there for them to do like for their summer break?
Yeah.
You just triggered a memory of a book, Behaving Badly by Megan Brandy, where I think they like she's at a pool party and she's just so over it. I remember she's like, that's how the book starts out. It's like it's summer and she's at a pool party and she's just so over the rich kids and she's over her friends. So that triggered a pool scene for me, a pool party book.
Well, and that's a common one. I can't remember. There was like a football one where it started out that, but he like needs a break.
I know which one
and
you're
he
talking
runs
about.
into like the chick that's like also taking a break from it, and that's how they kind of started. That's how they meet and stuff. I feel like that's common-ish. Yeah. It's one of the common things. I like it. I like it though. I like it when they're like,
I like it too.
Yeah.
Like when they acknowledge that their life isn't as good as like they act like it is. Like it's not like always fun going to parties and being rich. Like I'm sure it gets boring, just as regular life gets boring,
right?
Because that is their regular life, so.
Right? Yeah.
Books have taught us rich people have problems.
As hard as it is to believe, but I'm sure they
do. Okay.
I think that's what makes that something like Burberry so good, is because she's coming into it, coming into this rich elite from a place of non-privilege. So it's, I think that's what makes that one of like the best, elite school.
She makes them realize like, how the other half lives, really.
Yeah. And she keeps herself grounded.
I like that. Yeah, it's a good
Me
scene.
too.
Yeah. All right. Okay. Yeah. So I mean, there's so many pool scenes out there, and yeah, but those are like our ones we could think of. And I had Fallen Crest written down again because it's like the other half, and like they have pool parties, and you're just like, okay,
another pool party.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, if anyone listening can think, like, you know, let us know in the comments in the group. Let us know your favorite pool party scenes and all that good stuff.
Yep. Please do. Add it to the list.
Yeah. We still have plenty of summer left to read them. So
right. We have past Labor Day. In my opinion, summer doesn't end until, you know, it officially ends in September.
Summer doesn't end until it's cold to me. So
there you go. There you go.
In the South is like January, so summer is forever.
In the South, perhaps.
Yeah.
All right. Thank you, everyone, and we'll see you next time on the Book Over. Bye.
Bye.